On this one, you have 3, 9, 14, 21. I to the 4th is 1, therefore I to the 20th is 1. You have one extra I, so the answer is A. On this one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 8. It would just be 1. On this one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 i's, which would just be I times the negative 1 is B, negative I. On this one, you had 2, 5, 10, 14. I to the 12th is 1, and you still need I to the 2nd, which is negative 1. Pick a number from 1 to 20. The winning numbers today should be 1, 4, 5, 8, and 10. The homework check, and before you bring up page 1, this had a lot of work that went with it, so a lot of work needs to be shown. You also must take advantage of the lines on your paper. They are there for a reason, not to cram an entire 4 lines of work on 1 line of notebook paper. 1 number per line height, and it should be very neat. Page 1, come on up. We had 17 out of 22, which is 77%. Final answer on that one long homework problem was 37 minus 37i over 34. Here is the practice problem today. Bring this one up and drop it off. It is 3 plus I over I minus 1 divided by 4 plus I over 2 minus I. Alright, on this practice problem, you're going to start by flipping and then multiplying. So the first one, 3 plus I over I minus 1, stays the same, but you're multiplying by 2 minus I over 4 plus I. On the top, when you do that, you should have a 6 minus 3I plus 2I minus I squared, and on the bottom you will have 4I plus I squared minus 4 minus I. On the top, that becomes plus 1. With this, it becomes positive 7, and then negative 3 plus 2 is a negative 1I. On the bottom, this is a negative 1 with the negative 4 is a negative 5, and then 4I minus I is 3I. At this point, to avoid confusion, what you can do is have 7 minus I over 3I minus 5. So that when you do your multiplication by the same quantity but different sign, you don't get confused. So it's 3I plus 5. On the bottom, it's going to be a difference of 2 squares, so it's 9I squared minus 25. And on the top, you will have 21I plus 35 minus 3I and then minus 5I. On the bottom, it's going to be a negative 9 minus 25, which is a negative 34. On the top, we should have an I squared in there somewhere, and I think it should be minus 3I squared right there. And that would be a plus 3 with the 35 would be a 38. And then we have 21I minus 5I, and that would be plus 16I. Now all of these are even. I've run out of room completely, so I'm going to try to zoom in here a little bit and see what I can do. There we go. We'll zoom it in and right beside it. What we can do is cut everything in half and change the sign. So we have a negative 19 minus 8I over a positive 17. On this problem, it will be I minus 1 over minus 1 plus I divided by I plus 3 over 3 plus I. On the practice problem, if you flipped and multiplied and did a bunch of work, you wasted a lot of time, because I minus 1 over this is the same as I minus 1, and I plus 3 over this is the same as I plus 3. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Practice 3. On this practice problem, what you want to do first is flip. So we'll keep minus 1 minus I over I minus 1 the same for right now, and then multiply by I minus 4 over 4 minus I. Alright, with that, if you multiplied straight across, you'll come up with negative I plus 4 minus I squared plus 4I. And then on the bottom, you would come up with 4I minus I squared minus 4 plus I. On the top, that's 1, and 4 is 5, minus I plus 4I is plus 3I. And then on the bottom, you have 1, and is that a minus 4? Yeah, 1 and minus 4 is a negative 3, and then 4I, is that a plus I? That would be 5I. Okay, so if you multiplied the top and the bottom, well, actually you could do this first. You could set that equal to 5 plus 3I over 5I minus 3. And then multiply the top and the bottom by 5I plus 3. So if we go 5I plus 3 here and 5I plus 3 there, then on the bottom you would end up with a difference of two squares of 25I squared, and that would be minus 9. On the top you would have 5 times 5I, which is 25I, and then plus 15, and then plus 15I squared plus 9I. On the bottom, that's a negative 25 minus 9 is a negative 34. And then on the top, it's negative 15 and 15, which is going to be 0, and that's a 34. I. Negative I is the answer.